Kosova in America. Greetings. My name is Casey Cooper Johnson, American immigrant in Kosovo, otherwise known as Kosovo's son-in-law. I'm standing here on the Mother Teresa boardwalk, freshly built, and though you can't quite see it, there's an atmosphere of excitement in the air, because here everyone is waiting to celebrate the Independence Declaration of Kosovo, which we all hope will probably happen in the next few days. The international media also believes and hopes that independence will be declared this week, because they've already sent hundreds of journalists here to cover the event. All of the hotels here in Kosovo, and believe me, there are a lot of hotels in Kosovo, for the first time are all fully booked up, full of international media. Upstairs here in the Hotel Grand, they've just opened the press center for media, and certainly this is where we will get all of the latest information, exactly what's going to happen around the Declaration of Independence. Will there be a press conference here regularly?
It will be, yeah. And all press conferences will be here.
Will we probably find out here,
Yeah, here
when
you
they're going to
find
declare
out
independence? Will we know beforehand, or will
No.
we won't know?
No, because we don't know yet. So everything that they're gonna announce, it will be here. So
Okay.
Today, no.
Today we won't know.
no.
Presently, there are 643 foreign journalists here in Kosovo, and another 829 are expected to arrive by the weekend. Here in my house, I'm preparing some extra beds for some journalists from New York Times who didn't reserve their hotels in time. The one thing I can tell you for sure is this will be the most publicized independence party in the history of the world. For example, when the United States declared its independence in 1776, tell me, how many cameras were there to film that event? Huh? And when Great Britain was independent, do you think that was transmitted on BBC World? I don't think so. 3,000 years ago, China became independent, and I think there was one person there to draw that independence with his pencil. But that letter was ripped up 500 years later. And even today, in this modern time of television and world media, there still isn't a whole lot of interest around the independence of the latest countries. When Bosnia and Croatia declared their independence, they were in the middle of the war, so it was a little too dangerous to go and film there. At the same time, Macedonia declared its independence peacefully, but that didn't even make it on the Macedonian news. A few years ago, East Timor became independent, but I guess that's just a little bit too far to fly, so that party didn't get a whole lot of publicity either. The latest, Montenegro, they became independent about a year and a half ago, but up there weren't even half the journalists that are here today in Pristina. So why then is Kosovo's independence so interesting for all the foreign media? Well, one reason is all the delays that have been happening around the Declaration of Independence here, which has been going on since 2005. For example, last April, the leaders of Kosovo and America all told us that they were going to declare independence around June, but that didn't happen thanks to Russia. Then Bush came to Albania, and he said right away, but it didn't happen right away. Last December 10th, journalists and media came from all over the place to see them declare independence, but that didn't happen either. Now there are even more media here for this week. Well, maybe if it doesn't get declared now, and it gets delayed again until March, then even more media will come. Nah. Jeta, a bën një burek me mish, lutem. Faleminderit. Faleminderit shumë. And one other reason why a lot of the foreign medias are coming right now is because they're secretly hoping for a little bit of violence to explode when independence is declared. You see, the fear exists that the Declaration of Independence and all of the Albanians celebrating shooting their guns in the air will provoke the Kosovo Serbs, who in fact are against independence. And then there will be plenty of riots and stuff, and we'll have lots to film and show on the nightly news to please all of our international viewers. Come on, you know what makes the news, right? Blood. So, the question is, are we going to show everyone around the world that our first days of independence are filled with blood? For example, On the 10th of December, all the foreign journalists came here looking for some good violence, but all they got was a little protest. So they all went home without having anything to film. This time, the foreign media have declared that if there isn't enough violence on Independence Day, they'll get out in the streets and protest themselves. I, for one, have been contemplating what kind of image could we give on the day of independence that's a little bit nicer looking than blood. Originally, I had a wonderful plan, having grown my hair out for 4 years and promising all the people that I would cut that long hair on Independence Day. Unfortunately, I was attacked by lice, and for family reasons, I was forced to cut my long hair off about 6 months early. Today, cutting my hair isn't such a big deal anymore. I've heard recently that someone is preparing a giant cake, 1 ton. That's gonna be nice to eat. And also someone else is building a big, huge statue of the word newborn, and we can all go sign it with our pens that day. Very modern and very peaceful. Snippets. And my latest idea is to break the Guinness Book of World Records with the world's largest X-ray photograph. This Mother Teresa boardwalk was recently just laid with Chinese bricks that are radioactive. So on the day of independence, we're gonna put a huge photographic sheet up above us. We'll all stand still for 5 minutes, and there we'll get the photograph of Kosovo's independence. But even better, I found something that all of us simple citizens can do as a contribution to independence that we Kosovars know how to do very well. Make babies. So, I invite all of you couples to come out and celebrate independence without your condoms, making independence babies. And for you foreign medias, you're not going to be seeing blood and riots here, so forget that idea. If you want some good images, come on up to Gurmia Park and see all of us Kosovars celebrating independence with the old saying, make love, not war.
Dhandrri, I'm not in Kosova and America.